The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson here with Dick Girardi, and we're joining you from Parks Racing with all the latest in horse racing and news from around the country. On today's show, we had our Grade 3 Parks Dash on the turf, and it was Travers Day up at Saratoga. They had 6 Grade 1s, and our Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit made his first start back since his Preakness run in the Shared Belief Stakes at Del Mar. But first, we'd like to start the show and pay tribute to longtime horseman and friend Roberto Bobby Vlez, who passed away last week. And you know, so much we could say about Bobby, Dick. I mean, he was partnered with 2 horses that made in the Kentucky Derby, Spendabuck in 1985 and Smarty Jones, and he'll be missed.
Yeah, he really will. We're going to dedicate the whole show to Bobby. Anybody around here at Parks knew him. I mean, we all saw him just last week, and sadly, as Danny said, he just passed away. But I first met Bobby when he was the regular exercise rider for Spendabuck. When I first got here, Bruce and I were over at the old Garden State Park, and before that, he was assistant trainer for Bud Lettman when ELO was won the first Breeders' Cup Sprint, and then of course he came to work for John Service, was around Smarty Jones for years, and more recently he's worked for Tyler Service as John's son. And anybody who's ever been around Parks knew Bobby, and he will be really missed around here.
He certainly will. He was a mentor to a lot of people. Here's more on Bobby Vlez with trainer John Service.
John, we lost Bobby Vlez last week. What did he mean to you, your family, and the sport?
You know, Bobby was family, you know, to me and my family. My kids grew up with him. You know, and him and Big Bill, they were like, you know, the 2 guys that my kids looked up to. Bobby started with me, you know, right before Smarty Jones when Maureen was there, and worked for me for 10 plus years. Went home to Puerto Rico for, I think, maybe a year and a half, came back and went to work for my son, and, you know, worked for my son right up until he died. Worked with Cam Gambelotti and Spendabuck for a few years.
What made him such a good horseman, John?
Bobby was quiet, paid attention to detail, and I think he grew up around horses. He knew horses. That's why I was tickled to death, you know, when he came back to go to work for Tyler, because I knew it would be great, you know, to have him as an addition to Tyler's stable, and I'm sure Tyler learned a lot from him.
A very nice tribute to Bobby. We'll certainly miss him. Well, let's get to some horse racing here at Parks Racing. It was the Grade 3 Parks Dash, 5 furlongs over our turf course for the $200,000. And well-deserved favorite is the Critical Way, who runs from the post 6 at 1-5 for trainer Jose Delgado with our man Paco Lopez.
Yeah, remember this was going to be last Tuesday, Danny, when we had all those stakes races, but they smartly postponed it for a week because they would have had 3 horses on the dirt. Now, as you said, the Critical Way is back. What a claim he's been, and he just does nothing but win.
He certainly does, and he's going to be carrying the weight of 126 pounds, more than most of the horses in the race. And our second choice is Francatelli, the number 5 horse, 7-2 odds for Cal Lynch. And I love those city zips on the turf.
Yeah, and it's interesting when you look at Francatelli and the Critical Way, very similar running styles. As I looked at the race and trying to envision it, it looked like a match race to me on paper between the 5 and the 6, Frankie Pennington on the 5, and as you said, Paco, and they're both great gate speed riders, so it's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be one fast race. Don't blink because it's going to be over. Here's the call of the Parks Dash.
And they're off. Francatelli, hard set. Amblin Man's got early speed. The Critical Way and the yellow cap is going to do it from off the pace this afternoon. Now settles in 3rd. Tight spot there for Baracho. Red cap is in 4th. In between runners, out wider is Battle Station. Second to last, snug hold on So Street, and the trailer is Where You Was. Francatelli will take him into the far turn, right to the outside. Here's the Critical Way, and the favorite comes after the second choice. It's Francatelli and the Critical Way. Amblin Man in tight at the rail. Battle Station is ranging up 4 wide, coming after the leaders. Baracho looks to have run. Amblin Man is trying to sneak on through with a 1/4 mile left to go and puts a nose in front. It's Amblin Man, the big long shot, who kicks for home. The Critical Way gets rolling down the center of the race course, also running on Battle Station. Francatelli in between runners. Amblin Man is in front for a final 1/8 of a mile. The critical way is coming after Emblem Man, who's been very game with a huge effort. Now Francatelli comes on back. Battle Station. The critical way has to work. Battle Station, one last push. The critical way hangs on.
The critical way sure knows how to win, and jockey Paco Lopez aboard for another win for trainer Jose Delgado. They were flying.
Yeah, they were flying, and the race was really gotten close at the end. Danny Velasquez with the second horse. Battle Station was rolling at the finish, but the critical way, as we said, finds a way to the winner's circle and did it again.
Battle Station was my way to make money in this race, and he looked great, and
did.
he only lost by a nose.
Yeah, he was right there. Another jump, maybe he gets there.
I talked to Danny after the race, and he said that owner Bob Bone shipped him down from Saratoga, so look forward to seeing him again. But here's more on the win with the critical way from their connections.
To win a 200 grand or grade 3, I know you had to wait a week because of the rain. What's that mean to you?
Truth, it's so exciting, and to win it here, he's a Pennsylvania bred, right. And for him to win a graded stake, I'm really happy for the horse. It just, I can't put it into words. It's just so exciting to be in this position. I'm so lucky.
I know you've had some really good horses, and you're having a great meetup at Monmouth. Where does this horse rank in your barn the critical way?
Oh, it's my best horse in the barn. Definitely. This is my first grade stake winner.
Okay.
So that means everything.
So you come back and try to win another one in a month.
I think he loved this track. Hopefully we get a firm and we'll be in good shape.
While the critical way sure loves to win here at Parks, it's time for Dick and I to head to our first break. When we come back, we're going to have all those grade 1s from Saratoga. It's Travers Day, so don't go anywhere here on Let's Go Racing.
And it is Midnight Bourbon, an essential quality, and now they're heads apart.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now, and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
Here in Pennsylvania, we're proud of our breeding program, the best in North America, but we're also proud to be leaders in this industry. The PA Horse Breeders Association is funding cutting-edge research at Penn Vet to detect gene doping in thoroughbreds. And we endorsed the SAFE Act to help end the slaughter of American horses. Plus, we're pleased to support the aftercare programs set up by our horsemen's groups. Just a few of the reasons why you should join us in Pennsylvania, the premier place to breed and race.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
Who proudly earn our living
In Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania, it's a winner.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our national coverage is by the Chapman Auto Group. If their emblem is not on the back of your car truck, well, you did pay too much. And we're going to begin up at Saratoga with the Grade 1 Travers, $1.25 million purse for 3-year-olds going 1.25 miles. And well-deserved favorite, number 2 Essential Quality with regular rider Luis Saez.
Yeah, he's the 2-year-old champ. Sometimes the 2-year-olds don't come back as 3. Well, Essential Quality's come back in a big way, Danny. The only race he ever lost, and I'm not sure he lost so much as just victim of circumstances with the Derby, finished 4th, beating a length, won the Belmont, won the Jim Dandy. This is a really, really neat horse.
He really is. An impressive record, and he's not done yet. And our second choice is Midnight Bourbon. Glad to see him back on the track. 5-1 for new Hall of Fame trainer Steve Asmussen.
Yeah, and on paper, there was 0 speed in the race, so Midnight Bourbon looked like the speed on the rail. And Luis Saez has some decisions to make, and as you'll see, he made some really good decisions here.
It's going to be a great race. Here's the call of the Grade 1 Travers.
Midnight Bourbon steps away here to lead by 3.5 lengths. Essential Quality is next in second. And on the outside is Miles D in third by a head. Dynamic One down towards the rail runs in fourth. Then it's Keep Me in Mind and Mask Parade. They are right together. And at the back is King Fury. They're making their way up the Saratoga backstretch, the half mile in 48 and 4. Midnight Bourbon leads by 3. Essential Quality tracking in second. And then comes Dynamic One, who's running in third. Miles D in fourth. Keep Me in Mind in the white blinkers is next in fifth. Right alongside is Mask Parade and King Fury. And now they're getting closer to Midnight Bourbon. Midnight Bourbon is the leader here by a little more than a length. Essential Quality is in second as they go into the far turn. 3/4 went in 1:14 and 2. Midnight Bourbon the leader. Essential Quality. And on the outside, Miles D now makes a run. Dynamic One down towards the rail in fourth. Then Keep Me in Mind. Mask Parade in the clear on the far outside. And King Fury. They are coming for the top of the stretch in the Run Happy Travers, and it is Midnight Bourbon and Essential Quality, and now they're heads apart as they head for home with the roar of the Saratoga crowd. It is Essential Quality on the outside of Midnight Bourbon. The two of them are right together inside the 8th pole. Essential Quality narrowly. Midnight Bourbon continues to battle on. They're coming down for the finish. It is Essential Quality and Midnight Bourbon. Essential Quality.
And Essential Quality is our champ for a reason, and also a Travers winner. I mean, he even stumbled at the gate, but he was the best horse.
Yeah, it's interesting. And as we said, Saez had that decision to make early. Does he let Midnight Bourbon, who really on paper was the competition, go? And he didn't. He just, that's what's so cool about Essential Quality, Danny. He can run from mid-pack. He can be up near the front. He can ride him any way you want. He gives you that effort. 23-second final quarter after all those slow fractions. I texted Brad Cox on Monday. I said, Brad, are you aware in the Pennsylvania Derby that any horse who wins a Triple Crown race or the Haskell or the Travers, trainer gets $50,000 just for showing up for any one of them? So Brad gets 100. The owner gets 100 if they show up for the PA Derby. He said, wow, that's interesting. I'm not telling you he's coming. I think the most likely scenario is he trains in the Breeders' Cup Classic. But I think it's at least something he may think about. Wouldn't it be cool to see the champ?
It would be really cool. Chuck King, I think he should come here and get that great horse down.
100 grand to come out of the starting gate is a nice deal.
Absolutely. Well, we'll come back more from Saratoga. We're going to head west to Del Mar because our Kentucky Derby winner, Medina Spirit, was back on the track in the Shared Belief Stakes, going 1 mile for 3-year-olds, $100,000 purse. And he's our natural favorite at 4 to 5. And Johnny V makes the trip out there.
Yeah, Johnny V and Bob Baffert have gotten together the last couple of years, and boy, they have had a lot of success, including obviously with Authentic, last year's Horse of the Year. On paper, again, match race. Medina Spirit, speed near the rail. Rock Your World, the Santanated Derby winner, right outside of them. And on paper, it just looked like those two. And each of the trainers, Baffert and John Sadler, were talking about the next race would be here on September 25th on the PA Derby. So this obviously meant a lot to us. We wanted to see what was going to happen.
Absolutely.
Here.
Our eyes are glued to this. We already talked about our second choice favorite is Rock Your World, who teams back up with Umberto Arispoli. Here's the call of the Shared Belief Stakes.
Field for the Shared Belief sent on their way. They broke in a beautiful line. Medina Spirit along the inside, but there's an absolute sprint on for the lead. Rock Your World goes stride for stride with Medina Spirit. Team Merchant's going to be hooked wide into the turn. A Stiletto Boy in the blue's going to drop in right behind that leading group. The Great One is on the far side, and Wooly the Cobbler last 9 off the lead. They head to the 3/4 pole. The two favourites out in front. It's Medina Spirit leading at 3 parts of a length. Rock Your World now makes that a half. Team Merchants on the far side, and the Great One's on a tight hold in the blue down 4th at the rail. Then there's a gap at 3.5 to Stiletto Boy, and Wooly the Cobbler is 8 off the leader. No change in the order. They head to the half-mile pole, and it's still Medina Spirit in front, a half a length. Rock Your World glued to him, and Rock Your World now makes that margin a neck. Team Merchants on the far side. The Great One right there at the rail. 2 lengths separates 4. Then there's 3.5 back to Stiletto Boy and Wooly the Cobbler. Into the turn they go. These two favourites locked together from the opening of the gate. It's Medina Spirit in the red cap at the rail. Rock Your World goes stride for stride. Team Merchants running a tough one. Team Merchants comes to take them on. And even Stiletto Boy running on now. Stiletto Boy on the outside. The Great One at the rail. Any one of 5. Medina Spirits now has to dig deep and find more. Rock Your World not quite doing enough. On the extreme outside is Stiletto Boy. T Merchant's a bit of bumping on the inside, the great one. But Medina Spirit keeps on finding Rock Your World's come right back at him. Medina Spirit's going to win it. Medina Spirit has taken the shared belief.
You had to know when you saw Medina's ears pricked, it was going to be over, and he certainly won and showed why he won the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, look, Rock Your World got him in the Santa Anita Derby when Rock Your World got loose in the lead. This time it was changed, the post positions were changed, but two really good horses. Ran really well. Would love to see both of them here on September 25th. Now, the other option is to run the following weekend in the Awesome Again against older horses. Baffert gets a $50,000 appearance fee for having the Derby winner. I think that'll be appealing. He's had some of that before when he's coming up for some of the big races. So we'll see. I think at the moment, Danny, Medina Spirit most likely. I think Rock Your World, I think there's a good chance we're going to get him. Hot Rod Charlie for sure. That's 1 and 3 from the Kentucky Derby. Obviously, Mandaloon's out for the year. Love to see Essential Quality here, and we're about to see Life is Good in a second, and I think there's a chance we could see him here. I'm not telling you any or all are coming.
Right.
Some are certainly coming. It's just a question of how many.
And we might see Folsom, who just won our Smarty Jones Stakes.
I would think they would want to come back. There's a bonus involved in that. For Brad Cox, another $50,000 bonus if you win the Smarty Jones and the PA Derby. But the competition is going to be way harder for Folsom in the PA Derby.
It certainly will. Well, trainers, if you don't want to come for the bonus, come for Dick and I. Come for our fun Philly fans. We will keep you entertained. Back at Saratoga, it was the Alan Jerkins Memorial Stakes, another Grade 1 going 7 furlongs for 3-year-olds, $500,000 purse. And our favorite is Life is Good. He's back, new trainer Todd Pletcher, and gets Mike Smith again at 4 to 5 odds.
Yeah, back in February or in March, and then they won the San Felipe. Danny, he was the favorite for the Derby, and I think he would have won it, but obviously he had an injury, took off the trail. No longer in Bob Baffert's barn after all the stuff that happened in Kentucky. The owners went to Todd Pletcher. Horses' workouts have been sensational, and he was favored over a tremendous horse in Jackie's Warrior. That was the thought, how Life is Good coming in undefeated.
Jackie's Warrior has the heart of a champion, has done no wrong. He gets jockey Joel Rosario again, one of the strongest riders in the business for trainer Steve Asmussen.
And that will matter here. Watch this stretch run.
It's going to be a great race. Here's the call with track announcer John Imbriel of the Alan Jerkins.
Life is Good ran the opening quarter in 21 and 4. Life is Good by a length. Jackie's Warrior runs in second. It's another length to a following C and Judge and Jury. They are right together, third and fourth. Then Drain the Clock in fifth, and farther back is New Bomb. The field goes around the far turn. Life is Good now gets clear here by 2.5 lengths. Jackie's Warrior giving chase in second. Drain the Clock now comes through at the rail to take third. Then following C, the half mile in 44 seconds. They are at the top of the stretch. Life is Good. Room on the inside for Jackie's Warrior. Now here he comes. Here comes Jackie's Warrior up the inside to take over the lead from Life is Good. There's an 1/8 of a mile to the finish. Jackie's Warrior, Life is Good, not done yet on the outside. A 16th to the finish. It's Jackie's Warrior. Life is Good. The two of them will battle it out to the finish in the Alan Jerkins, and it's going to be Jackie's Warrior by a head.
Jackie's Warrior digs in and gets that win with jockey Joel Rosario. Life is Good. That was a good return.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, 107 buyer. I mean, that was a tremendous race. Look, I think this came down to who was the stronger rider in the stretch. And look, Mike is in his mid-50s. Joel Rosario is in the prime of his career. Mike just he just wasn't there. He didn't finish, and this will be his last ride. I'm sure they'll have a new rider. Nothing against Mike, who's had an incredible career, but right now Joel's just a stronger guy. And Life is Good. Maybe here, maybe the Woodward, maybe the Kelso. I think Todd Pletcher's trying to figure out, do they want to go for the Classic this year? Or do they want to go for the Dirt Mile? I think that'll have something to do with it. But we would love to see Life is Good here for the Pennsylvania Dirt.
We certainly would, wearing those beautiful Windstar silks. Big Bay, Life is Good. Hope we get to see him here. Well, it's time for us to head to another break. When we come back, we're going to have our Jockey and Trainer of the Week. Lots more stakes action from Saratoga, so stick around because we'll be right back.
On the outside, Firenze Fire. On the inside, it is Yopon. Firenze Fire seemed to savage Yopon there in the stretch.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, And to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our proud racehorse retirement program right here at Parks Racing. Been going strong since 2008. And our Jockey of the Week, let's call an audible, Paco Lopez. I mean, our man's been at a million different tracks. He's been in the winner's circle a lot, and he had a big day at Monmouth last Saturday.
7 wins at Monmouth, and of course he was here for our big stakes days last week, then won the graded stake. This week we just saw him, so Paco, even though you're not a regular, you're the Jockey of the Week.
We kind of inherited Paco, and he has that great new mustache, so we like your mustache, Paco. And our Trainer of the Week is Lou Linder. Lou has consistently been in the winner's circle lately, and I feel like it's Lou's year. I always tell him that. And you gotta love Lou. He always supports any auction we have, anything we're selling for Turning for Home. He's a great supporter.
He's had a great career here, and he's having, as you said, a tremendous 2021.
He certainly is. Well, it's time for us to head into some race recap. Brought to you by the Pewter Stable. Check them out at pewterstable.com. A great partnership to become an owner today. And Saratoga, I mean, continues on. This is the famous Forgo, the Grade 1, $600,000 purse, 7 furlongs. But it's the stretch run that's exciting for this race.
Yeah, this is just wild, Danny. You think you've seen everything, and then you find out you have not seen everything. Yopon the 7 is on the lead. That's Firenze Fire, who won the Gallant Bob here 3 years ago and is outside. And they're just battling through the stretch. They're what is going on here? Then Firenze Fire not only takes the bite, just keeps biting all the way to the finish line, gets himself beat. Yopon wins it. And if you remember, I didn't remember,
yes.
3 years ago here in the Gallant Bob, when Firenze Fire won, when she told me to go, bit Firenze Fire right before the finish line.
You have to wonder if he learned that, because it was complete role reversal. He was on the outside chasing another horse for second. So Firenze Fire said, hey, let me, give it a shot. Take a chunk of your bridle. Get out of my way, buddy.
He got irritated that his horse wouldn't let him by, and he says, I'm biting you. Anyway, Yopon won the race. And also in this race, the great Whitmore was in this race. He was injured, not remotely life-threatening, but they have said right after the race, Ron Marquette said, we're going to retire the great Whitmore with $4.5 million in earnings and a Breeders' Cup Sprint title last year.
We love Whitmore. Glad I got to see his Breeders' Cup Sprint win at Keeneland this year. And he might go to the Racehorse Retirement Program, the RRP,
that'd be awesome.
when he is feeling better.
Retrain him, see him down there. It'd be
happy
great.
retirement, buddy. You deserve it. But yeah, Yopon gets that win. And the fillies and mares are up next. The Personal Ensign, $600,000 stake, another Grade 1 going a mile and an eighth. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of a crazy finish. They're all chasing Latruska, but there's a bunch of them coming for the minor placings.
Yeah, Latruska's been amazing, Danny. Obviously, she upset Monomoy Girl earlier this year down at Oaklawn. And they took all kind of shots at her. This pace was fast. The horses that chasing her dropped out, but here come the closers. Bonnie South is rolling, but Latruska is going to hold on. How about this horse now? 16 of 21 lifetime. And Fausto Gutierrez had thought about the Classic. He said, no. We're going to run in the distaff. She'll be the favorite at Del Mar. She's obviously going to win the Older Filly or Mare Championship. She is having a tremendous year, and that was one of her best races.
It certainly was. Her and Irad are quite the team. Glad she's going to stay in the distaff. Swiss Skydiver, I don't want to say disappointing. She got fourth. I mean, she tried to make a run. She just didn't have it.
I think her campaign has just been interrupted. And of course, Kenny got right in the middle of all that madness up there, and it's just been unfortunate.
Absolutely.
But she still won the Preakness.
She's still awesome. Well, continuing with the fillies and mares, it's the Kettle 1 Ballerina, another Grade 1, 7 furlongs. So our fillies and mares sprinters. And Gamine, I mean, she gets the lead. She never looks back.
Yeah, she gets the lead. They're just not going to beat her. She doesn't win by the margin she was winning by last year, but she just still wins. And here's 9 out of 10 lifetime. The only loss she ever had was in the Kentucky Oaks when it was just too far for her. but she is somewhere. She'll be the favorite again for the Filly Mare Sprint out of Delmont.
She certainly will. Yes, like Dick said, she's not going to win by a lot. It's a little bit more worksman-like, and I was rooting for CC and Lake Avenue with a nice second for trainer Bill Mott, but nobody can catch Gamine.
Nope, can't do it.
Well, it's time for Ion Racing. Saratoga is not going to let us down. They have another big day with 2 Grade 1 races, the Flower Bowl on the turf and the Jockey Club Gold Cup, both Breeders' Cup winning your in races.
And we got Owners' Day here on Monday,
Yes.
Labor Day, Danny. We got 2 stakes races. The Roman Rachel Chubb Wagon returns, and then the El Presidente, the PTHA President's Cup, a couple $100,000-granders, some big name trainers coming in. Should be fun on Labor Day.
Labor Day is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk a little bit about more of that in news and notes on our Owners Appreciation Day. But me and Dick have to get to another break, so stick around because we'll be back on the other side of this break.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Here in Pennsylvania, we're proud of our breeding program, the best in North America, but we're also proud to be leaders in this industry. The PA Horse Breeders Association is funding cutting-edge research at Penn Vet to detect gene doping in thoroughbreds. And we endorsed the SAFE Act to help end the slaughter of American horses. Plus, we're pleased to support the aftercare programs set up by our horsemen's groups. Just a few of the reasons why you should join us in Pennsylvania, the premier place to breed and race.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our news and notes is brought to you by the Granny Fund, which provides continuing education for our backstretch community, and the Granny Fund needs some funds. We're going to have a big day this Labor Day. It's Owners Appreciation Day, and we're going to have a Granny Fund 50-50, so you'll see some tables out on the apron and inside, and you can win a lot of money and help a good cause, help some kids go to college.
And there's a Granny Fund race on the day in addition to our 2 stakes races, and the return of Kendrick Carmouche, who of course broke his ankle in the last race after the Belmont Stakes. He'll be back. His first race is back. He's going to ride here for a couple of weeks and then get ready for Belmont Park when they go back.
Well, we certainly love when Casey is here. He's got a new cool line of t-shirts out. And it was a very special birthday that we were able to celebrate here at Parks Racing. Mrs. Chapman, our beloved Mrs. Patricia Chapman, she owns Smarty Jones, and a lot of us were out. We wore our blue and white to support her. I mean, she's like our racing royalty here.
She is. 80th birthday party. It was a surprise. She had no idea there were friends, family members, all waiting to meet her last Tuesday here at the track.
It was so beloved. I did get a little teared up when her grandkids ran over to her and just see the look on her face. She does so much for us here at Parks Racing. Well, that wraps it up for Dick and I, but the action does not stop here at Parks Racing. Come check us out. We have live racing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, post time 12:55. We'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping by here on Let's Go Racing.